white kitchen cabinets dominated for over a decade. But in 2006, every major paint brand is officially moving on. And that's fine, unless you chose white because it actually fixed something. A kitchen that felt too small. Not enough natural light. The fear of spending thousands on a color you'd regret. So maybe you've been thinking about making a change. But every time you get close, the same question stops you. Will this actually work for my kitchen? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 most common reasons people choose white. And for each one, I'll show you exactly which colors solve that same problem better. Reason number 1. You wanted a safe color that won't go out of style and helps with resale. You chose white because it felt safe. Safe for resale, safe for the future. Safe if you were scared of making an expensive mistake. For years, white was the little black dress of kitchen cabinets. It was the color nobody could argue with. Realtors liked it. Pinterest definitely liked it. And for a long time, that worked. But here's what's changed. That same bright white that felt timeless in 2015 is now the thing designers are quietly flagging as dated. And if you're choosing it today specifically for resale, you might actually be playing it less safe than you think. So what do you choose instead? Start with Universal Khaki by Sherwin-Williams. It gives you the same neutral foundation as white, but with an earthy warmth. It works very good in large, open-concept kitchens or transitional homes that need to feel both modern and welcoming. Pair it with white oak floors, honed travertine countertops, and matte black hardware for a quiet luxury look. Just make sure your lighting is warm, around 2700 to 3000 K, otherwise it can look muddy. And if your kitchen leans more traditional or farmhouse, look at Drop Cloth by Farrow and Ball instead. It offers a lived-in feel that white lacks. Pair with aged brass hardware, white subway tile, and dark walnut accents. Reason number 2. You wanted a color that makes your kitchen feel bigger. You went white because you thought it was the only color that could make a small kitchen feel larger. And that makes sense. White reflects light, keeps things airy, stops the walls from closing in on you. But here's what designers are doing differently in 2026. Instead of trying to fake a bigger space, they're making the small space feel intentional. A small kitchen doesn't need to look bigger. It needs to look like it was designed that way. The first color to consider is Hidden Gem by Behr. This works best for galley kitchens, urban condos, and small butler's pantries. It's a smoky jade that gives a small kitchen something white never could: depth. Instead of bouncing light around to fake size, it gives the eye something rich to land on. Pair it with warm brass fixtures, green Calicotta marble, or any natural stone countertop, and light grage walls to keep the ceiling feeling high. And if Hidden Gem feels like too much of a commitment, look at Raindance by Benjamin Moore instead. It's a pale blue-green, soft, airy, almost weightless. Best suited for coastal and cottage-style kitchens. It helps the room feel bigger by adding depth, not just light. The materials that bring it to life are polished nickel hardware, white quartz countertops, and very light white oak floors. Reason number 3. Your kitchen doesn't get enough natural light. You went white because your kitchen felt dark, and white seemed like the simplest fix. The problem is what actually happens in a north-facing kitchen. Bright white turns cold. It picks up every gray shadow from the available light, and instead of feeling bright, it ends up feeling flat. You painted the cabinets white, and the kitchen still looks dim, just differently. What a dark kitchen actually needs isn't brightness, it needs warmth. A color that glows under artificial light instead of amplifying the shadows. That's where Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams comes in. Best for kitchens with limited windows, or those that feel chilly due to their orientation. It reflects nearly as much light as stark white, but without the blue undertones that make bright white go cold. Under warm artificial lighting, it genuinely glows. Pair it with unlacquered brass hardware and a warm wood island. Just watch your surroundings. If your backsplash or countertop runs cool, Alabaster can look slightly off. And if you want to go a step further, look at Lemon Chiffon by Sherwin-Williams. Suited for cottage-style kitchens and breakfast nooks. It's a buttery, chalky, soft yellow, muted enough to read almost like a warm white, but with a sunny quality that no white can replicate. It acts like a permanent sunrise in a room that doesn't have one. Keep it simple, white countertops and light wood floors. Reason number 4. You wanted your kitchen to look and feel clean. You went white because you thought it would always look clean and tidy. Low maintenance, always fresh, nothing to worry about. But that's also exactly the problem. White is actually one of the hardest colors to keep looking clean. Every fingerprint, every water spot, every little scuff shows up. There are colors now that hide the mess better. The first one to consider is Silhouette by Benjamin Moore. Best for high-traffic family kitchens or modern spaces. It's an espresso charcoal blend that, in a matte finish, hides the daily evidence of a kitchen that actually gets used. Pair it with white marble countertops for contrast and aged brass hardware to bring in warmth. In a smaller room, keep it on the lower cabinets or the island only. The uppers stay light. And if your kitchen leans more farmhouse or industrial, look at Iron Ore by Sherwin-Williams instead. It's a velvety charcoal, softer than black, less severe, but just as forgiving with daily wear. The materials that work best with it: walnut accents, white subway tile, and brushed brass hardware. Reason number 5. You wanted a color that goes with everything. You went white because it was the ultimate blank canvas. Change your backsplash, swap your hardware, repaint the walls. The cabinets would never fight any of it. White was the safe background that let everything else do the talking. But here's what designers are pointing out in 2026. A blank canvas and a grounded background are not the same thing. Warm, deeper colors are proving to be just as versatile as white. They just bring more character to the room. Start with Naval by Sherwin-Williams. Best for large, open-concept kitchens with a statement island. It's a deep, warm navy that works with almost any material you put next to it. Go with Carrara marble countertops, brass or polished nickel hardware, and light oak floors. In a smaller room, use it on the lower cabinets only. And for a quieter take on this, look at Batik by Benjamin Moore. It's a dusty mauve, and here's why it works as a blank canvas. It shifts with the light throughout the day, which means it coordinates with almost anything you put next to it. Reason number 6. You wanted your kitchen to feel like a retreat. A calm kitchen was the goal. No visual noise, nothing competing for your attention. And white felt like the simplest way to get there. But stark white is now being described as clinically cold, and too much of it doesn't actually relax you. It makes the space feel like a showroom. In 2026, calm is being found somewhere completely different, in greens that connect the kitchen to the natural world. The first one to look at is Evergreen Fog by Sherwin-Williams. Best for kitchens with a connection to a garden or patio. It's a soft gray-green designed to be restorative. It brings the outdoors in and lowers the energy of the room. Go with warm wood tones, creamy white countertops, and bronze hardware. One thing to watch: without warm lighting in the evening, it can lean too gray. And if you want something with more depth, look at Pewter Green by Sherwin-Williams. Best suited for full cabinetry in large rooms or as a statement island. It's darker and richer, and what it creates in a kitchen is almost a cocoon-like feeling. Less like a workspace, more like a sanctuary. Reason number 7. You wanted your kitchen to look expensive. White used to be the shortcut to high-end. White cabinets, marble counters, subway tile, that combination looked like it cost money, and for a long time it did. The problem is it got replicated everywhere. It became so common that it lost its appeal. Walk into any house on the market today, and chances are, white kitchen. It stopped feeling intentional and started feeling like nobody made a decision. In 26, the kitchens that actually feel high-end are the ones that have something white can't give you anymore: personality. And the two directions that stand out the most right now are wood and terracotta. If you want a warm, collected kitchen, and you haven't considered natural wood cabinets, this is the moment. Rich, matte finishes in walnut or smoked oak. Nothing orange, nothing shiny. It brings something no paint color can give you: authenticity. And practically speaking, a scratch in wood adds character. A scratch in white paint is a problem. Use matte black hardware and light stone countertops, and keep the finish low sheen. And if wood feels like too big a commitment, Cavern Clay by Sherwin-Williams gives you that same warmth in a paint color. Best for Mediterranean or Bohemian-style kitchens. It's a sun-baked terracotta that makes mixed metals and artisan tile look beautiful together. And trust me on the hardware: oiled bronze, honey-veined stone countertops, and you won't believe how different the kitchen looks. So tell me in the comments, what was your reason for choosing white? And if you want better options for 2026, watch the next video.